Anam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta, Nisha Nisha Vataraka, Tat Prakasham Tat Shakti, Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam. Grantira Kori Mangala Charana. Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana Hoya Vigana Vinashana Anayasa Sapal Nija Vanchita Purana. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Sri Caitanya Caritamrita Adi Lila chapter 7 entitled Lord Chaitanya in 5 features. And today is a very auspicious day. It is the appearance day of Sri Vakreshwar Pandit. It is the appearance day of Sri Vakreshwar Pandit. So maybe we will read about him also if time and circumstances allow. But now we will read Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita from text number 151. So we are almost towards the end of this chapter. We have about 20 more verses to go, which we will complete maybe in the next week or so. This chapter took more than usual, partly because of so many breaks, travels, and then, so many situations. But I hope everyone is relishing it. So now I'm going to share my screen and we will read text 151. Again, the context is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining the Mayavadi sannyasis, the pure meaning of bhakti, and trying to basically transform them. And their hearts have been transformed. They're already repentant about their mistake. They're apologizing. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being the supreme, most magnanimous, the Lord said, please, Lord Chaitanya excused all the offenses of the Mayavadi sannyasis and very mercifully blessed them with Krishna Nama. So he gave them the pure Krishna Nama. Text 151. Tabe sab sannyasi Mahaprabhu ke laiya भिक्षा करिले न शबे मध्ये वशया. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jagadguru Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. After this, all the sannyasis took the Lord into their midst, and thus they all took their meal together. Wow. Purport. Previously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had neither mixed nor talked with the Mayavadi sannyasis, but now he took lunch with them. It is to be concluded that when Lord Chaitanya induced them to chant Hare Krishna and excused them for their offenses, they were purified, and therefore there was no objection to taking lunch or Bhagavat Prasadam with them, Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that the food had not been offered to the deity, Mayavadi sannyasis do not worship the deity, or if they do so, they generally worship the deity of Lord Shiva or the Panchopasana, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Durga Devi, Ganesha, and Surya. Interesting. Here, we do not find any mention of the demigods or Vishnu. And yet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the food in the midst of the sannyasis on the basis that they had chanted the Hare Krishna mantra and he had excused their offenses. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for joining. So, the Lord gave them the holy name, as we read, Krishna Nam Korila Prasad, forgave their offenses. So now they are no more just ordinary Mayavadis or offenders. Their heart has been transformed. Anyone who chants Krishna's name gets purified. What to speak of these people who got the personal association of Lord? And they had a favorable, initially they were skeptical, doubtful, challenging, not so reverential, but now their hearts have been transformed by the touch of the Lord, by the sight of the Lord. When we were in Sadhu Sangha, His Grace, forgot the name of the devotee who was giving the class. Sorry, the name is not coming to my mind. But he gave a wonderful point that by the darshan of the sadhu, by the conversation, sambhashana, darshana, and sparsha. Sparsha, sambhashana, and darshana. All three lead to purification, right? So, what to speak of the Supreme Lord of all Lords, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna, Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, and Anya. By his touch, by speaking, conversing with him, and in a favorable way, and by his association, their lives were, their hearts were transformed. And now, Lord, generally a Gaudiya Vaishnava sannyasi will not, talk to Mayavadis or hang around with them or associate with them or eat lunch with them, etc. Because why? Because they are not followers of Krishna. They don't believe in deities. And those who believe a little bit, either Lord Shiva they do or Panchopasana. It's a quite famous term. So they worship, okay, Shiva, Durga, Vishnu, Ganesha, Surya, basically everything, right? Okay. No one should. So it's a little bit hodgepodge in short. Who is supreme? To worship the Supreme Lord and the others on the same pedestal is an offense, right? Mm. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu, the first Nama Pradha. So, but sometimes we see in many Indian households, in altar, like everyone is there, right? On the same pedestal. Everyone is on the same platform, everyone is there. So basically, it's lack of clarity, or maybe misguided or whatever, not following proper parampara, proper guru, etc. But our, path is clear. Krishna says, Saradharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. So, and it's not that we ignore demigods or we don't respect them. Devotees, in fact, give the highest respect to them. And the highest respect to the demigods is to serve their supreme master. The highest respect to all the leaves in the tree is what? To make sure the roots are watered, right? That's how we respect the leaves. We don't ignore them, we don't offend them, we don't harm them for no reason, neither we criticize them, but we respect them in the best way is by watering the root, which is watering the worshipping Sri Krishna. So yes, Lord is having lunch with the Mayavadis here. because there are no more Mayavadis now. Any thoughts, any comments?
So, Harish Babu, very nicely explained. So, as we do the home programs, Bhakti Bhiksha, so sometimes devotees come and they're good people. That's why they come to the satsanga, even once, twice. So sometimes they bring some vegetarian food, and sometimes they're hesitant that definitely not cooked properly, the way not offered, they brought it. But when they come to the program, they chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with us. So from these verse, we can take that at least some of the uh, offering happened by them, and we don't want to disrespect them, and we take their part. Otherwise, they'll not feel friendly, and next time they may not come.
It's a very thoughtful question. There is a fine line, right? I mean, the Lord is Bhoktaram Sarva, um, Bhoktaram Sarva, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. The Lord, we cannot say the Lord did it, so I have full permission now. So Lord, basically, it said here, Prabhupada said, the Lord, basically, it was not offered to Krishna. The Lord took it, so I have full permission now. I'll just chant Hare Krishna. Or maybe I'll just tell the shopkeeper, hey, you also chant Hare Krishna, and I can eat anything from any shop now. So we cannot imitate this like kind of, because the Lord did that. So, and your point is very thoughtful that there's a fine line there between respecting them and accepting everything. And that fine line has to be carefully handled. So the best thing is we tell them in advance, oh, you're coming, I'm so excited, it's so nice. And they say, hey, can I help? I also would like to bring something. Can I be Now, if we ask in the first meeting, okay, do you have proper vessels? Do you know how to offer? Do you know this? Do you know that? Do you chanting Hare Krishna? In the first meeting, they may not feel so inclined, as you rightly said. So we can politely tell, oh, you want to offer? You want to bring something? Please bring some fruits and flowers, right? Fruits and or flowers, right? And Krishna loves it, right? Patram Pushpam. You have such a kind heart. You are so dear to Krishna. Please bring. Hmm? We will be very happy to. And then the host or some, person who knows how to offer and stuff, those flowers can be offered to the altar, to the makeshift altar we make. Those fruits can be offered. And in that way, we encourage them, we respect their desire to serve. At the same time, we avoid, the goal is to serve prasad, and we should feed best kind of prasad. Best kind of prasad is cooked by devotees, offered by devotees, and served by devotees, right? All three carry consciousness. Therefore, for a new person, or sometimes, like we have to eat outsider stuff, we generally encourage, raw fruits, vegetables, like which do not carry the consciousness through the medium of fire. And if we tell them in advance, they will understand, they will appreciate, and they will not feel bad or offended. They will feel, yes, I also contributed something to this program by getting flowers, or by bringing fruits, or by bringing water, bringing plates and stuff. There is a lot required besides cooking also. And we can encourage or engage them in that way. Uh, because otherwise, purity will gradually be lost, right? Gradually, the purity will be lost, and rules will become hodgepodge, and it does not take much to, you know, when it's okay, he got, she got, and then rules like, okay, who is making sure, what's happening, what's not happening, sab hodgepodge ho gaya. Who is bringing, who is offering, what's offered, what's not offered, who is doing what, who is chanting, they have tulsi, do they know the mantras to offer? Everything is khichdi. So we want to avoid that situation. And easier is make rules. Rules are, any like we are organization. An organization without rules will end up, in a mess, in short. So there are processes for everything. So I would say there should be a process for new people. Yes, they're most welcome. They're most encouraged to serve. One other example, which one Mataji shared in one of the classes. So Mataji group, another temple, they said Mataji generally like to cook. They want to cook. So this Mataji, understanding the desire of other newer Matajis to cook, she said, okay, every Saturday, all the Matajis can bring one item, of course, cooked with sattvic ingredients, no onion, garlic. Background, that's secondary, but it will be offered to Prabhupada. Hmm? Generally, they don't offer to the deities. So sometimes, someone may get, let's say, mithai from Patel Brothers or whatever, some Indian store. Like they had a desire was good, everything was good. Again, we don't eat even, outside sweets also. Like it's not that big of a sin, but it's not encouraged either. Like especially those whose goal is clear, right? If it's an emergency, if generally sweets are not emergencies anyways. So, but if someone is brought, now what to do, right? Okay, we offer to maybe kitchen deities or kitchen picture lamination or to Prabhupada and say, okay, this. So, but there should be some rules and some processes, I feel. And if we tell them in advance, they will understand, right? Or we tell them. So anyone who is bringing bhoga, um, so firstly, for the first 1 or 2 months, don't even, set expectations. If they are coming, at least they should be chanting minimum one round, if not more, right? Because that's the foremost thing. Then they chant one round, then they have some little bit picture or something. They let them experience first, right? Our movement is first share. Then the best thing is we just share with them, let them experience the joy of bhakti. Then naturally they would want to serve, and then we can engage them in different services like cooking, etc. But those should come later. Hmm. not not in the first few months, at least. That's my from my experiences and learnings from other superiors.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam, Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam. Prabhu, one follow-up question. There are couple who come, couple of visitors, I would say, and devotees as well, because they are coming for Krishna Katha. But they are coming to serve, actually. They are impressed with the service, selfless service that ISKCON devotees are doing selflessly. So they are coming to serve. At that point, and if they feel, especially Matajis actually, they are feeling like, oh, we are coming, but we are not getting anything while coming. We want to get, and this is not first time. They do ask couple of times. So thank you for what you suggested. Yes, that definitely works. But few Matajis, they don't, they feel bad. Again and again, they try to ask, they try to get Prabhuji.
Yes.
Just wanted
So
to
we
share.
tell them to get what we would like them to get, right? That's basically loving service. If they really want to serve Krishna, you are a representative of Krishna, a devotee of Krishna. The devotee is telling, oh Mataji, you want to serve? Great. We need flowers. Can you please bring? We'll offer the flowers you get. Mataji, we need apples and bananas for this program. Can you please get? You'd be so happy. Mataji, we need water bottles. Can you please bring? Mataji, I need help with cutting vegetables. Can you come at my home? We'll cook together. This is how intelligently we have to engage them, right?
Got it, bro. Got it. And then when do we shift to the topic of like encouraging them to chanting? Of course, chanting we can encourage anytime, but as you were guiding earlier, like they should be coming constantly for some of the programs, right? Like couple of Saturdays, constant visit, and then ask them to. Then we get to know that we can have the prasadam, cooked prasadam. Just how to observe the progress in them is what I'm trying to.
How to observe is through personal follow-up.
Okay.
If your friend is coming, let's say that you have a neighbor who is starting to come or they are coming, you being their mentor, their guide, their well-wisher, you would know where they are. Some people may be coming, and they may not chant one round for 1 year. No hurry. Their choice, but they can't say, hey, I want to do this. If they say I want to do this, then they have to show their qualification, right? And the qualification is that, okay, you chant one round. And that chanting of one round should happen at every program as and when possible, and at most programs, and everyone can be given beads, everyone should be encouraged how to chant one round even the day one they come. The day one they come, and now the person who invited them or is close to them, they will follow up. Are they chanting? Are they? And naturally, so they become their guide. Okay, so what are they reading? How are they coming? Inviting them for programs, then following up, then gradually telling about Tulsi, gradually telling. So it's not like a time measurement, rather it's more their advancement or how much sincerity they are showing into it. For some, it could be a few weeks, for some, it could be a few months, and some may take years and still not start chanting. Okay, so don't push them to bring bhoga, bring offerings, or like cooked offerings. Let me be more specific. Yeah.
Right, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Makes sense. Yes.
And if they are using substances at home which are not, we don't use in bhakti, so they may be using same vessels and stuff. So see, the mood may be fine. Oh, I want to help on there. But, just intent does not work. The content also, or the container also matters. Just a joke here. Uh, but ultimately, it's a delicate balance. Bhakti is all about in balance. We don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to say, hey, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Lila Amrit, classic example. Prabhupada was personally cutting one apple and giving to the people at Matchless Gift in New York, right? Whether 5 people came, and they were not, they were practically like young hippies, counterculture. So they didn't know anything about Vaishnavism. They didn't know anything about guest etiquette. They didn't know anything about respecting seniors, right? They didn't know anything about Brahminical Vaishnava culture and all that. So they would leave their utensils, right? And Prabhupada kept doing it, kept washing utensils, kept, doing all the menial services at the age of 70 for those young people until one person, I think his name was Keith, who later became known as Kirtananda Swami. Swamiji, can I assist you? After many weeks or months, it happened. Prabhupada said, I was looking for this day. So We should let it happen organically and devotionally with no pressure. The goal is, even if it is simple khichdi, Krishna will be happy with that, made with love and devotion. So, made by devotees who are chanting with right consciousness, with a prayerful mood, with the best ingredients, right? And others can do other services. There is no like dearth of services. As I said, flowers and fruits and water and pre-program setup, math stuff, post-program cleanup. So many things are there. They can help. They can help in cutting vegetables, or some shopping and stuff is required. So many things, organizing chairs. There's a lot for anyone and everyone in ISKCON. Like I remember when I was in Rochester, New York, my studying, cooking for Janmashtami, 100 people were coming. There was one person, he said, I respect what you are doing. I see you're doing it selflessly, like cooking for 100 people and in a college. Who does that? Who has time for your studies and your this and And I had practically very little money, the stipend I would get, but somehow things were going, by Krishna's mercy. I could barely meet ends, but somehow Krishna arranged, and we were making, prasadam. And so this person said, I want to help you. I said, okay, please come for a program. That's what we say. The best services, come and attend the program. That's what we genuinely need. You come for the program, you chant Hare Krishna, you honor Krishna Prasad, you dance, you relish, you enjoy. That's the best service you can. He said, well, like I can't go come for the program, but I want to help in cooking. Okay, you want to help in cooking? Okay, I'll cook. You come and assist me then. I need someone to cut vegetables and of course make sure you take bath, make sure we'll chant a few times, right? And you can then okay, we'll chant 5 times there, right? So you'll not do the main cooking, but you can, because consciousness, is transferred to the medium of fire. So that way you can engage and then let the lecture be on or some kirtan be on. So they are cooking, you explain them, this is cooking for Krishna. We don't see, smell or taste or all those things, try a little bit, give a quick kind of pep, some words, and let the lecture, the kirtan be on and let them cook. Cook means like assist in cooking, basically. They cannot be the main cooks, but they can assist in cooking, and that's service, and that's very, very bona fide as per the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12. Krishna mentions different, the 5 layers. If you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. In chapter 12, is so nicely mentioned. And that's what is when we assist, Prabhupada mentioned this, senior Vaishnavas mentioned this, like we naturally learn. We join a new job as what? Assistant, right? Or in apprentice, intern, right? So we are all intern, and we should always have that. Okay, I'm learning from seniors. And gradually, association rubs off. Excuse me. Any thoughts here? Does it help, Mataji, to clarify your...
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. Definitely. Lot of pointers. Definitely. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Sadhu Sangha memory, one more. His Grace Kalakanta Prabhu said there were 10 devotees getting initiated. Every devotee should take a goal in their life every year. We have corporate goals, right? We all have corporate goals, personal goals. Students have some goals, right? Humans are goal driven. Humans should be goal driven. So we should have devotional goals too. Okay, I want to read this book this year. I want to complete this course. I want to distribute these many books. So Kalakans Prabhu, Kalakans Prabhu mentioned that all of you, all these 10 devotees, every devotee in ISKCON should make a goal that at least I will make, or I'll become an instrument to make one devotee at least every year. At least one. If someone has capacity to do 10, wonderful. If someone has capacity to do 100, great. We are just nimitta matra. But the nimitta has to take responsibility and try. So if and those 10 will do 10, it will grow compounding. It will have a compounding effect, right? Like the chain. Each 10 do 10, then 10, like 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is it's 1,000. And next time, in a few years, guess what will happen? We'll need a big football stadium to host Sadhu Sangha because we'll have 100,000 devotees to come. um, it is very doable, I think. We're not saying become Prabhupada, open 100 temples. We're not saying that. We cannot be that. I'm talking about myself, but at least we can be an instrument to make one devotee, two devotee, or be an instrument. We cannot make anyone devotee, but we can try to be an instrument. So, and that's what the Bhakti Vriksha model is. Each one, teach one, being taught by one. Or each one. And that's what the Vedic model is. The fifth grader would teach the third grader. The third grader would teach the first grader. Fifth grader is a student. He's learning from seventh grader. Seventh grader is learning from the 10th grader. We each one teach one. We're all learning. We're students. But at the same time, those who have spent a few years, those who are following Krishna consciousness, they have a responsibility also. The responsibility is to give back. Give back in terms of Prabhupada said, you receive, if you want to show your gratitude, accept it and share it the best we can. Haribol. Okay, thank you for those thoughtful questions, comments. So I hope this, yeah. I mean, one more Prabhupada story coming to my mind in this connection. Prabhupada was in Surat. One family wanted to host Prabhupada and be life members and stuff. So Prabhupada's disciples told, some rules and regulations that yes, Prabhupada would come. They wanted to, do program, become life members. And at that time, Prabhupada was accepting invitations for those who want to be life members. So Prabhupada did go to their home. But somehow or the other, when devotees were honoring Prasad, they noticed, oh my God, there is onion here. Oh, there is onion. One disciple kind of like signaled Prabhupada, there is onion. And then everyone is looking at each other's faces, like what to do. There is onion here. Like, should we eat? Should we not eat? Like they're in Dharma Sankat. What will Prabhupada say? Like the Guru is right in front. Should we eat? Should we not eat? And Prabhupada just kind of signal, like sit quietly and keep eating, right? So now the lesson is not that Prabhupada sanctioned onion, like that's not the lesson. Yeah, the lesson, then what happened, basically the devotees had miscommunicated or forgot to communicate to the host that we don't eat onion. And it was an innocent, honest mistake on their part because they were totally not aware. If they would have been told, they would have certainly not put that. Now, if a scene would have been created that Vaishnavas came, sadhus came, and they left without even kind of starting their meal, that family would have been kind of being torn, right? That we are such offenders, we are good for nothing, and and it was not technically they are mistakes. Somehow devotees who were coordinating, they forgot. So it was a lesson, right? It was a lesson, and Prabhupada said, be extra careful, right? Learn from the mistake, don't repeat it, and be careful. So that doesn't mean that now we start taking onions, okay, Prabhu, so the lesson is that Krishna will give right intelligence when we are genuinely trying to follow Guru Sadhu Shastra. One devotee said very nice thing on the name of preaching. Don't be too creative either. If you think you're, little bit innovation is fine. If you're not sure, maybe it seems too innovative. Better let's check out what does Guru Sadhu Shastra say about it. Will they approve? Will Prabhupada approve of this? Sometimes we may not get that answer within. So we must reach out to our Shiksha Gurus, Diksha Gurus and ask, right? Will it be approved? Will the current GBC approve? And I'm sure we all have superiors to reach out and they'll be able to answer. So there's a balance between, innovation, being too innovative, right? And because if we get too innovative, we may even lose what we are, right? Because tomorrow someone say, well, tilak is also not required. Someone will say, well, even kanti is not required. But someone will say, so already a lot of things are going on the name of preaching. Let's be a little careful, I would say. Things can be adjusted as per time, place, circumstances. Like, if a Western person comes, they may not be used to sitting on the floor. Like in churches, they sit on the chairs and tables and like the benches. So it's okay. We can offer them a sofa, we can offer them a seat, we can offer them a chair. It's fine. But we can't say, hey, you go in the church with shoes, I guess, right? They go in the church with shoes, so now you can enter our temple with shoes. We can't, and that will be a little too much, right? So there is a balance. We allow sitting, but we can't allow shoes, right? Now who decides that? I am not the authority. So we have to always keep, Guru Sadhu Shastra and check. In case of doubt, reach out, as Arjuna did in chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's read further. 152. Anyone?
I can recall you. Tradition devotees, Dhammapada, almost Srila Prabhupada. ভিক্ষা করি মহাপ্রভু আইলা বাসা ঘর এন চিত্র লীলা করে গৌরাঙ্গ সুন্দর. Translation purport by His Divine Grace as Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Joy. After taking lunch among the Mayavadi Sannyasis, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gaur Sundar, returned to his residence. Thus the Lord performs his wonderful pastimes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Miksha Kori. So Mahaprabhu basically was invited by this Brahmana, right? And Mahaprabhu accepted the invitation. Mahaprabhu transformed. The main reason was to transform the heart of these Mayavadis. So he did that as well. And finally, Gauranga Sundar. It's a nice synonym or nice name of the Supreme Lord. Very beautiful. Sundar Lala Sachira Dulala Nachat Shri Hari Kirtan Mein Sundar Bala Sachira Dulala. This word Sundar comes multiple times in connection to the Lord as devotees, right? In fact, there is a whole kanda in Ramayana which is called Sundar Kanda. And I was hearing a class by His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, who was speaking on this topic, which basically is about Lord Hanuman's jump. Like, what is not Sundar in the Sundar Kanda? Hanuman's, he quoted a Sanskrit verse, which a little bit I remember in the English. Like, everything is Sundar in Sundarkand. Mother Sita's conversation with Hanuman, Hanuman's jump, Lord Ram, Lakshmana, everything is what is not Sundar in Sundarkand, right? What is not beautiful? What is not beautiful in Krishna consciousness? The holy name is so Sundar. Deities are so Sundar, right? Our hearts are enchanted by seeing the wonderful, beautiful. Devotees are so Sundar, right? His own Bhakti Charu Swami. Charu means again Sundar, beautiful, right? Charu Chitram. The scriptures are so Sundar, right? Teaching us about our real welfare. The prasadam, needless to say, it's externally, very appealing to the eyes and to the tongue and to the consciousness. That's also so Sundar, right? And devotees externally and internally are clean. Sundar, beautiful doesn't mean like fairness, cosmetic, all that. Sundar means they're internally and externally pure. Yap smare pundari kaksham sa bhayan antara shuchi. In whatever state we may be, right, we become purified. So everything in bhakti is so sundar. Why? Because it is connected to the most beautiful, that is Krishna, to Lord Gaurasundara. So Lord Gaurasundara is returning back from the house of this Brahmana, where the Mayavadis had assembled. Any other thoughts, comments anyone has in this text? Okay, we will read text 153. Chitra Lila. Charu Chitram. Wonderful pastimes. Charu Chitram Padam Salaksham. So he continued his Chitra Lila. Chitra is what? What is Chitra? I've heard of Sanskrit and,
Picture.
picture, painting, right? Chitragupt, the cameraman of Yamaraj, वो गुप्त रह के चित्र लेते रहते हैं. Right? Gupta is hidden, right? So he's the hidden cameraman. We may think, oh, I am committing this, no one is watching me, I can do this. But Chitragupt is taking pictures with a hidden camera, right? Like sometimes, thieves, they see, okay, are there any cameras? Are there any cameras? If there are any cameras, they'll not steal there. But no cameras, they may take the opportunity, right? Therefore, all, public shops have cameras these days to avoid theft, etc. But they forget that Chitragupta is taking pictures. So anyways, the word Chitra here is very, very picturesque, right? Charu Chitram, very wonderful, very beautiful. And isn't it, all the Leelas, so many paintings, of the which devotees have made, it's so wonderful just to meditate upon those paintings. Those are like the windows to the spiritual world. So that's what Lord, why does Lord do so? So that we cannot be entangled in the so-called beauty, temporary beauty of this world, but rather be attracted to the Chitra Leela, the wonderful pastime of Gaur Sundar. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, I wanted to share something.
Hare Krishna, no Prabhu, that's fine. Sorry.
Okay, you can read if you would like to. Want to read the next
Okay.
verse?
Okay, Prabhuji. 153, no? Hare Krishna, everyone. Chandrasekhara Tapana Mishra Arasanatana Sunideki Anandita Sapakaramana. Hearing the arguments of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and seeing his victory, Chandrasekhar, Tapan Mishra, and Sanatan Goswami were all extremely pleased. Both. Here is an example of how a sannyasi should preach when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi. He went there alone, not with a big party. Locally, however, he made friendships with Chandrasekhar and Tapan Mishra, and Sanatan Goswami also came to see him. Therefore, although he did not have many friends there, due to his sound preaching and his victory in arguing with a local sannyasi on the Vedanta philosophy, he became greatly famous in that part of the country, as explained in the next verse. Hare Krishna, back to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Any comments here? Anyone wants to share? So, where is this whole thing happening? Which city? Bombay, Kolkata, Varanasi, Vrindavan. 4 options.
Calcutta.
Kolkata? Jagannathpuri?
Varanasi, right? Varanasi.
Varanasi. Yes, phone a friend. Varanasi. Varanasi. So, there were 2 devotees in Varanasi, Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhara. If we go to the beginning of the chapter, Lord stayed at the house of fill in the blank.
Tapan Mishra.
Tapan Mishra. Yeah.
For X months, fill in the blank. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
4, close. We'll do
4
50. We'll divide by
3
2.
months.
2 months.
2 months. Okay.
And then he instructed Sri Sanatan Goswami, so he was also present. And all 3 names are coming here. Tapan Mishra, whose house
Sanatan.
Lord stayed, Chandrasekhara, and Sanatan Goswami. So next time you go to Varanasi, try to visit those places. And Lord Chaitanya interestingly instructed Rupa Goswami also over there at a different occasion. Varanasi is a very holy place too, by the way. The Triveni Sangam, it's near Allahabad. So Allahabad and Varanasi are about 2 hours or so away. So you can plan them together. Okay, so this devotee Chandrasekhara and Tapan Mishra were greatly aggrieved by these Mayavadis, and how will they get mercy? Like the mood of Prahlad, the mood of Vasudev, that how will they get mercy? So the Lord accepted the Brahmana's invitation. So another Brahmana came to invite, and the Lord knew that the sannyasis, Mayavadi sannyasis, would also be coming there. Okay, so that's the connection in the text number 40 onwards. Now we have crossed 100 verses, and now when all this happened, right? So I'm just trying to. Initially, they were aggrieved, or they were grieving, they were sad, but now they're very pleased, they're very happy. Why? Because of the transformation of the Mayavadi sannyasis. So when Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi, he went there alone, not with a big party. Locally, however, he made friendships with these two devotees, and Sanatana Goswami also came to see him at while he came, I think, from Vrindavan or forgetting the place. So if someone feels, well, I need 50 people to preach, God is showing that example. That we don't need everyone, like Prabhupada, like he didn't come with like 1,000 people and $100,000, and he did not turn left or right. Well, someone will say, well, I'm not Prabhupada. Okay, we are not Prabhupada, agreed, but we can at least try to follow. We cannot be like Prabhupada. His age, our age. We have resources. We have some money. We have some resources, right? Prabhupada did not have a place to live. Prabhupada did not have anyone to call his friend. Prabhupada didn't know. We have so many resources here. We have a place to live. We can, cook something. We can offer something. We can, do all those things. And we are not even 70 years, right? I mean, we have been living in this country. Prabhupada came, he didn't know what kind of country. And times have changed also. We have gadgets and phones which we can use. So in short, we cannot say, hey, I am alone and I cannot do anything. In Krishna consciousness, preaching means I need 100 people. No, everyone can take responsibility to help at least one person, two people, whatever, for our own good, right? This is a lesson here, for our own good. He came there alone, not with a big party. Sometimes in a big group, we may feel lost. We may feel purposeless, right? And it happens, right? Small organization, His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu gives this example. Small organizations grow much faster, like a startup. They may grow revenue from $100,000 to $1 million in 1 year. But bigger organizations, sometimes may lose the purpose. And sometimes it is seen. There may be 200 devotees in a big temple, but only 10, 20 of them may be actively involved, right? Others may be just passive observers, or they may come for Sunday feast and go. So we don't want to be a passive observer in Krishna consciousness. We want to be an active warrior in the path of bhakti, right? So let's not be just, let's put our best, right? So wherever we are, any country, any city, any community, let's do our best and let's take responsibility. That's the essence. Any other thoughts, comments anyone has? Okay, in the last few minutes, I would like to, today is the appearance day of Vakreshwar Pandit. So we'll read a little bit about the great personality from this. So here's a deity. We can offer our obeisance to Sri Vakreshwar Pandit. The fourth member, the Chaturvyuha, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. That's the Chaturvyuha. So in the spiritual world, identity is Aniruddha. He brought happiness to the Lord by dancing in the mood of Krishna. It's a very, very famous dancer. When he used to dance, Lord Chaitanya, it is said wherever Vakreshwar Pandit was dancing, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present. Wherever Raghav Pandit was cooking, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present. Wherever Nityananda Prabhu is there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present. Where Srivas is singing Kirtan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he would sweetly say to Mahaprabhu, give me 1,000 singers so I can dance, right? So wonderful. Okay, would someone like to read maybe this portion quickly?
Can I read, Prabhuji? In the
Yes.
Gaur Ganudesh Deepika 71, it is stated that Bakrishar Pandit was an incarnation of Aniruddha, one of the quadruple expansions of Vishnu, Vasudev, Shankarshan.
Mataji, you can read from here, please.
What do you say, Prabhu?
The first paragraph from
Oh, sorry, the pastimes in Gaur Lila. Bakrishar Pandit, the fifth branch of the tree, was a very dear servant of Lord Chaitanya's. He could dance with constant ecstasy for 72 hours. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally sang while Bakrishar Pandit danced, and thus Bakrishar Pandit fell at the lotus feet of the Lord and spoke as follows: O Chandramukha, please give me 10,000 Gandharvas. Let them sing as I dance, and then I will be greatly happy. Lord Chaitanya replied, I have only one wing like you, but if I had another, certainly I would fly in the sky. Sri Caitanya Caritamrita Adi Lila 10.17 to 20. Should I read the next verse?
Yeah, sure.
In the Gaur Ganodesha Deepika 71, it is stated that Bakrishar Pandit was an incarnation of Aniruddha, one of the quadruple expansion of Vishnu, Vasudev, Shankarshana, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. He could dance wonderfully for 72 continuous hours. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu played the dramatic performances in the house of Srivas Pandit, Bakrishar Pandit was one of the chief dancers, and he danced continuously for that length of time. Sri Govinda Das, an Oriya devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has described the life of Bakrishar Pandit in his book Gaura Krishnodaya. There are many disciples of Bakrishar Pandit in Odisha, and they are known as Gauriya Vaishnavas, although they are Oriya. Among these disciples are Sri Gopala Guru and his disciple Sri Dhyanachandra Goswami. Purport to Sri Caitanya Caritamrita Adi Lila 10.17.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. So at least one thing we can remember about Vakreshwar Pandit. He was an expert in dancing. 72 hours, can we imagine? That's 24 times 3. 3 days consecutively, non-stop. Dancing, if we dance for like 3 minutes, we feel so exhausted. Like with like jumping and like what to speak of 30 minutes. You'll be like tired for 2 days. 3 days here? Oh. So these are not ordinary people. They're like the eternal associates of the Lord. So he was dancing in jubilation around the body of Haridas Thakur. So anywhere like Kirtan is happening, dancing. So we can learn, we can pray and try to dance with that jubilation. Till our body allows, we should do. Because there would be a moment in everyone's life when our body may not allow. I can certainly relate to that. Right? Sometimes we may want, but we may have knee issue or hip issue or some procedure and this, and we want to dance, but we can't dance. So till our body allows, and if it does not allow, at least we dance in the heart, right? Right? At least raise our arms, right? Do the Swami step. Prabhupada also was dancing. I mean, he was 70-year-old. But we see so many pictures, so many videos, Prabhupada doing the simple Swami step, right? Moving the the legs, alternatively left and right with the arms high in the sky. Krishna does not look at our artistic movements in the dancing. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, was sharing this class. Krishna doesn't look that in anything, whether it's Krishna is not looking for the skill, whether the skill in cooking, skill in kirtan, skill in dancing, or Krishna is looking, the devotion. If we had Krishna is Natavara, right? Who can dance better than him? So Vakreshwar Pandit was so dear to Mahaprabhu, right? That Devananda Pandit was freed from his offense to Srivas Pandit and received Mahaprabhu's mercy through him, through serving him. So this is a long story in the Chaitanya Bhagavata. Basically, Devananda Pandit had done an offense, and later he hosted Vakreshwar Pandit. And by serving Vakreshwar Pandit nicely, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed that and forgave Devananda Pandit. So this is the kind of the story in very brief. Okay, so let's read the last section, the 2 lessons from Vakreshwar Pandits. Anyone? And then we'll pause.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, please, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Yes, Ravi Prabhu, you can do
it. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Lessons from life of Vakreshwar Pandit. 1. Lord Chaitanya's assertion that Krishna dances in Vakreshwar Pandit's heart when he dances reveals that the Lord resides in the hearts of his pure devotees. This emphasizes that honoring and serving pure devotees is equivalent to honoring and serving the Lord himself. Srila Prabhupada says in Purport to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 13, Verse 3. In the absolute world, there is no difference in quality between the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee. Therefore, hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee have the same result, namely the development of devotional service. 2. The way in which we associate with devotee will determine how we advance in devotional service. Despite being intelligent, Devanand Pandit was devoid of devotion. Devanand Pandit was able to receive Mahaprabhu's mercy only through Vakreshwar Pandit. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So let's pray at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Vakreshwar Pandit, so we can also follow in their footsteps and try to chant, dance in that mood with joy, with devotion, right? Dancing is very natural. Like when we go out in the street, many people just participate because they feel this is natural, right? People want, especially that desire is there. Rather than dancing in dance clubs or nightclubs, we dance to the names of Lord. Rather than dancing to the tunes of Maya, we dance on the tunes of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And that will make us happy, right? So we can pray today, Lord. Shri Chaitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Ashay ki jai, Sai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Panchakalpascha Kripasindubhya evacha Titanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo
Hare
namaha.
Krishna, thank you. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.